Ferrets are scavengers, and it's been shown that if they're infected with TB, then vectors of the disease in the same area, such as possums, are likely to be infected too. The Animal Health Board is involved in coordinating the Lower Mackenzie Ferret Survey. It involves farm staff monitoring sentinel traps to determine when ferrets are on the move. They're then collected and sent for post-mortem examination to identify potential areas of infection. Paddy Boyd is the manager of Halden Station and also the chairman for the South Canterbury area on the Animal Health Board.
The ferrets play a big role in the vector population here and in the TB incidence level. Maybe as a detector, the Animal Health Board really identify the possums as the main source of risk for a vector animal, but the ferret has a role in high densities. In this area, it took quite a few years to convince the Animal Health Board that the ferrets were here and they were carrying TB. We were going in and out of movement control over the years in the Mackenzie and through the Otago. Now that we've devised the new program where they are targeting the ferrets to make sure there's no TB left in the feral population, whether it be possums or ferrets, it's been a really good initiative and it's working well. The farmer involvement in the programs, especially this ferret one, has become a lot more. The farmers need to be involved because they know where the populations are, where they're moving. We don't have wasted downtime now where contractors are in trying to catch predators, whether it be possums or ferrets, at a time of year when they're never moving. We now can watch for that pulse rate coming through, and we can let the contractors or the Animal Health Board guys know that the animals are on the move, and they can move in, and it makes the money work and go further. It helps our levies. It's our levies that are paying for it. We want it spent wisely.
What lies behind this ferret monitoring program is an extensive history of TB infection that's been in this area for a number of years. TB is generally associated to possums, and those possums survive with that disease for some time, pass it through their peers, and once they are in, run their course in terms of the disease and die off from it, or in turn we, through our possum control, actually kill them off, the ferrets tend to scavenge as the predominant food source is an easy source where dead carcasses are a very large part of their diet. Ferrets can be a vector, and recent history can suggest that that correlation has been confirmed through the relationship between the ferrets and the herd, where they've been found grazing in the same paddocks. We're using ferrets for surveillance and surveillance only, so we have large areas within the basin here that we collect ferrets from. So we trap extensive areas of the basin for that purpose. The collection of those animals are gathered by contractors who we engage to undertake those services on our behalf, and those ferrets are gathered, frozen, and then passed on to our post-mortem contractor.
A ferret is looking for three things really. He's looking for a place to live, a food source, and a mate. Okay, so they're gonna move. So, and certain times of the year, they will move in numbers. And that's part of our job, to try and work out when these pulses really do happen, so then we can get more of the optimum chance to actually catch the ferret. It's pretty much destroy the animal in the trap, and then go through the process of the paperwork. And the paperwork pretty much consists of tagging, because the tagging and the GPS coordinates, relates to that trap site that animal was caught. And that's vital information for the Animal Health Board and the post-mortem contractors, because then they can tell where that animal's come from, check for disease. If it does have disease, well then, it's got the relative information. So there is a process, right the way through to killing that animal.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.